How life hacks the quantum world. For decades, scientists believed that quantum effects were too delicate for the warm, wet chaos of living systems. Quantum coherence, superposition, tunneling. These phenomena require isolation and cold conditions found in physics laboratories, not in the messy interior of cells. Biology was thought to be purely classical, governed by chemistry and thermodynamics, with no room for quantum weirdness. But nature had other plans. In recent years, researchers have discovered that life exploits quantum mechanics in ways we never expected. Plants harvest sunlight with quantum efficiencies. Birds navigate using quantum compasses. Enzymes accelerate reactions through quantum tunneling. Your sense of smell might depend on quantum vibrations. Life, it seems, is not just compatible with quantum mechanics. It has learned to harness it. Welcome back to The Conscious Observer. Today we explore the emerging science of quantum biology. Photosynthesis is the foundation of almost all life on Earth. Plants, algae, and certain bacteria capture sunlight and convert it into chemical energy with remarkable efficiency, approaching 100% in some cases. For a long time, scientists assumed this process was classical. Photons hit molecules, electrons get excited, energy transfers step by step to the reaction center. But experiments in 2007 revealed something astonishing. The energy does not take a single path. It explores all possible paths simultaneously, like a quantum wave, and finds the optimal route almost instantaneously. This is quantum coherence, the same phenomenon that makes quantum computers powerful. Somehow, in the warm, noisy environment of a living cell, plants maintain coherence long enough to achieve near-perfect efficiency. Life discovered quantum computing billions of years before we did. Every autumn, European robins migrate thousands of miles with pinpoint accuracy. They navigate using Earth's magnetic field, but the field is extraordinarily weak, far too weak to move any mechanical compass inside a bird. So how do they sense it? The leading theory involves quantum entanglement in the bird's eye. A protein called cryptochrome absorbs light and creates pairs of electrons with entangled spins. The orientation of Earth's magnetic field affects these spins differently, altering chemical reactions that the bird's brain can detect. This is a quantum compass, exquisitely sensitive because it exploits the delicate correlations of entanglement. Experiments have shown that disrupting quantum coherence with weak radio waves disorients the birds, supporting the quantum hypothesis. Evolution has built a quantum sensor inside a bird's eye. Enzymes are the molecular machines that make life possible. They accelerate chemical reactions by factors of millions or billions, allowing metabolism to proceed at speeds compatible with life. Classical chemistry cannot fully explain this efficiency. Some reactions would require particles to climb energy barriers that should be insurmountable at biological temperatures. The answer may be quantum tunneling. In quantum mechanics, particles do not need to go over barriers. They can tunnel through them, appearing on the other side without ever occupying the forbidden region in between. Evidence suggests that enzymes exploit tunneling to transfer protons and electrons through barriers that would otherwise block them. The enzyme structure may be precisely tuned to maximize tunneling efficiency. Life has learned to walk through walls at the molecular level. How do you smell the difference between molecules that have identical shapes but different atomic compositions? Classical theories of olfaction, based on shape recognition, cannot explain this. Scientist Luca Turin proposed an alternative, quantum vibration theory. Different molecules vibrate at different frequencies, determined by their atomic masses. When an odorant molecule binds to a receptor in your nose, electrons might tunnel across the molecule in a way that depends on its vibration frequency. Your brain detects these quantum signatures, distinguishing molecules by their vibrational fingerprints rather than their shapes. This theory remains controversial, but experiments have provided some support. If true, your sense of smell is a quantum detector, translating molecular vibrations into conscious experience every time you breathe. The genetic code is written in DNA, and errors in copying DNA cause mutations, the raw material of evolution. Some mutations arise from quantum effects. The bases of DNA, the letters of the genetic code, can exist in alternative forms called tautomers. These forms differ in the position of a single proton, and the proton can tunnel between positions, briefly creating a tautomer that pairs with the wrong base during replication. When this happens, a mutation occurs. Quantum tunneling in DNA might be a significant source of genetic variation. If so, evolution itself has a quantum dimension. The mutations that drive adaptation, that created every species including us, might arise in part from the indeterminacy at the heart of quantum mechanics. We are children of the quantum. Why would evolution favor quantum effects? The answer seems to be efficiency. Quantum processes can achieve results that classical processes cannot, or can achieve them faster and with less energy. In a world where survival depends on extracting energy from the environment, navigating accurately, and responding quickly to chemical signals, any advantage matters. Evolution is a relentless optimizer. If quantum effects offered even a small edge, natural selection would find them. The surprise is not that biology uses quantum mechanics, but that we took so long to notice. We assumed living systems were too noisy, too warm, too chaotic for quantum coherence. Instead, life has evolved structures that protect and exploit coherence, turning apparent obstacles into opportunities. Nature is a better quantum engineer than we are. Does quantum biology have implications for consciousness? We explored earlier how some theories, like OR, propose that quantum processes in brain microtubules underlie awareness. The discoveries in quantum biology make such ideas more plausible. If plants can maintain quantum coherence for photosynthesis, perhaps neurons can maintain it for cognition. The brain is warm and wet, but so is a leaf. If evolution can engineer quantum effects in one organ, why not another? This does not prove that consciousness is quantum, but it removes a major objection. The brain is not obviously unsuitable for quantum processing. Whether it actually uses such processing, and whether this has anything to do with subjective experience, remains an open question. But quantum biology opens doors that were previously thought closed. Quantum biology is not just a scientific curiosity, it has practical implications. If we can understand how photosynthesis achieves near-perfect efficiency, we might build better solar cells. If we can decode the quantum compass of birds, we might create more sensitive magnetic sensors. If we can harness enzymatic tunneling, we might design more effective catalysts. Nature has had billions of years to experiment with quantum effects. We can learn from its solutions. Biomimicry at the quantum level could transform energy technology, medicine, and material science. The quantum revolution in technology might come not from building quantum computers from scratch, but from copying the quantum computers that already exist in every living cell. Life is stranger than we knew. In the warm chaos of cells and the eyes of migrating birds and the receptors of your nose, quantum mechanics is at work. Evolution discovered quantum coherence, tunneling, and entanglement long before physicists did. This challenges the boundary we drew between the quantum and classical worlds. That boundary was always artificial, a product of our limited understanding rather than a feature of reality. Quantum mechanics is not confined to laboratories and extreme conditions. It is woven into the fabric of life itself. You are a quantum being, not in some vague mystical sense, but in a precise scientific one. Your existence depends on quantum effects that we are only beginning to understand. In our next episode, we ask whether cause and effect are as fundamental as they seem. Until then, remember, life has been hacking the quantum world for billions of years. You are the result. Keep observing.